what my mind wanted to do to you once I looked at his face and I didn't know if he was looking at me, you, or the air. I was hurt, genuine. Smoked while they was pregnant. That's why they're so angry. Because who the fuck is angry? You supposed to be angry at him. The did is not. That's the reason why you don't find it to be angry is because you
wish y'all to tell me what he diagnosed with and what he looked at. Y'all know nothing about God. Y'all know nothing about nothing. You talking to me like that. So I rebuke everything y'all saying about my child.
You folks don't. Despite fan conjecture to the contrary, Carissa Blueface's kid has reportedly been concealing the possibility of a disability for months. Now, Mother is providing the proof for this theory, calling the haters, telling them to shut up, and even accusing them of attempting to harm her child. Blueface sought to raise the alarm, but Khan wouldn't have it. Cisa might have had enough of the situation, especially since she recently made public the baby's real medical documents. Did she deny it? And what did she reveal? The diagnosis is heartbreaking. We have to examine everything and reveal the truth and the lies. Though it's clear that Blueface's mother, Carissa, disapproves of everything Crescent has done to the child, I'm not sure why Crosh has been making such a strong effort to prevent Blueface from receiving medical care. I doubt anyone anticipated her progress to this point. It seems she has inherited her distaste for croissants from the infant. It's absurd to criticize your granddaughter in this way, Crossa, considering what the internet has been saying about this child. She recently discussed live on Instagram how, from the moment she met Junior, she could tell there was a problem with the child.
Crush me, and for her to say she wanted to stomp me out, girl, you ain't. I can't even tell you what my mind wanted to do to you once I looked at his face and I didn't know if he was looking at me, you, or the air. I was hurt, genuinely hurt. But you know what I said? You know what? That's okay. That's okay. If he can laugh and he can cry and he can smile, he can still. I've never seen him whoop before. I never seen what they saw. I literally thought this whole time that maybe people's fans were doing something to the pictures or, making it not. I didn't believe it the whole time. I just was like, nah, John said there was a couple things going on, but he didn't say.
She also stated that she was ready to love Junior and be a supportive grandmother to him.
It wouldn't matter to me at all, one bit. He will be around this in a chair that sits him up. I will go buy the best stuff for him. I will go buy the best chair that sits him up. I will be calling India and France and Rome, trying to figure out what machine we can get to work what. We will be chopping that.
Now, Croissant claimed that Carissa was pursuing her without cause, which infuriated Carissa when she created this video. She then went live once more, claiming that Kristana was the reason for Junior's seeming problems.
Drank and smoked while they was pregnant. That's why they're so angry. But who the fuck is angry? You supposed to be angry at him. The did is not. That's the reason why you don't find it to be angry is because you did it. Then y'all want to hop on here while I'm talking about my grandbaby. No, I'm talking about the trifling man.
We don't mean to cause embarrassment, but it appears that some people are making terrible assumptions about Croissant's possible misdeeds during her pregnancy with Junior. She essentially said that until her family began to worry about her health and the well-being of the unborn children, she didn't care that she drank and smoked as she pleased. In essence, it confirmed the notion that the baby had fetal alcohol syndrome.
Today, knowing that I want a child, I don't know what to be. I want to be a Blueface girlfriend. Get yourself together. Oh my gosh. She asked for nothing about it. So yeah, it's something like I'm working the child tomorrow.
Consequently, it would seem that her initial goal was to get rid of the child rather than keep it, which would account for both her actions and her remarks. She just decided to keep it at the last minute, but even after that, she continued to smoke and drink, even claiming to be smoking all day. He smoked a blunt on the way to the hospital because he was going to do a concert before labor, and you smoked your way to birth, so I don't think I can get the kid, he wrote as he drove to the hospital. Sincerely, I won't abduct the baby, but I will act appropriately if you don't show the appropriate indications. In addition, he stated, My son is sick because she drank, smoked, and struggled during her pregnancy. She was unable to take even a month off. The infant had a hernia, he then disclosed. And for some, he uploaded a totally improper photo of Junior's privates and stated, "This is how my son D looks," and she was concerned about it, explaining why Gress was taking so long to have it fixed. When you have your son C, I do as you like, and a baby like B, right? When Blueface posted on Twitter, "It's my son," he exacerbated the situation. Who is going to tell me to stop arguing or being so repulsive? I'll print this. D. Blueface was unaffected even after the image was taken down from Twitter for ostensibly unrelated reasons. Stop him. During his lengthy diatribe on Twitter, he said things like, "Baby still hasn't had surgery for her hernia, and she's lying about being healthy and talking about me and my seat arrangement. Go find someone else to go with and take her son's seat. Either tag her in this post on her page or do whatever it takes to get it done so I can stop being mean." He revealed Chrisean's longtime use of nose candy. "Do the right thing to keep it private, but this girl is going on and on. Leave me alone, you crack baby," he tweeted. "I went to Baltimore believing it was surgery, but they talk about how she is a fish and a horrible mother. She has been delaying the process and skipping the appointment to do as she pleases because she failed to arrive at the scheduled appointment." Kong, however, claimed that Blueface was attempting to take the child away from her, which is why he did everything. She went on to say, "Don't sit here and lie," adding that she had been attending every one of Blue's visits to Baltimore. Blue knows that the surgeon has already scheduled his appointment. Right now, you're trying to go by dragging that car. Sincerely, I'm doing my hardest, so I need your assistance. I'll be there when they take your stupid self away with that temporary case, so don't worry about that. Furthermore, the probation officer who is attempting to put you in jail promised to bring charges against Blueface for disclosing their son, but that never materialized. In a
Blueface, you're gonna go to jail, huh? Being a free man right now. Like, appreciate the time you got right now, because you're not gonna be roaming the world like you thought you were going to be roaming.
Fans began to gradually turn against her and reprimand her for her actions, after realizing that something was seriously off. It's still amazing how quickly people went against Khan because everyone was motivating her to reveal that she was expecting a child. If you know Khan at all, you are aware that she can be a little crazy. She has been in a toxic relationship with Blueface for around 5 years, and she is constantly complaining. A lot of people have abandoned her, and some have even called her a lost cause. But in the first few weeks after revealing her pregnancy, she seemed to change her ways. She talked a lot about moving on from the past, breaking up with Blueface, and raising Junior alone. Furthermore, she made all the right remarks in her article where he no longer sees a future with me because we both did things to each other that made us lose trust, even though I had the chance to terminate the pregnancy because it was planned. I'm shocked that I'm that far along, she wrote. When I see the face of what was growing inside of me, I have to pray the fear away. Motherhood is quite demanding. Because she wanted to get rid of it, she essentially confirmed my suspicions that she was drinking. She also talked about how committed she was to getting well, and how the baby was giving her another chance to improve herself. There is no turning back as a mother. I fell in love with the face as soon as I heard the heartbeat. The negative was written by her. I still feel like a famous rock star, but having a child doesn't stop me from letting go of things that aren't for me and going on. I am terrified, so I refuse to move. I erred. I should have pursued my studies further, but I had to separate. My heartbreak from the primary request I made at the beginning. Earning money. The fact that I am fortunate and well-liked is all that matters. I'm excited to experience everything I'm going through, both the highs and lows. Despite having a child, I will keep working, learning, falling in love, and taking more time for myself. That's interrupting Blueface, she continued. Her words, telling him no today is a step, But how do you break a soul tie? I have to take a step back since my child thinks it's crazy that I still give him a piece of myself. How could I allow a man who doesn't want to be my son's father to neuter my only son? This man's text message nearly fooled me today. But she went on. What the F am I doing for real? My youngster is staring at me as I remark, hold up. Cut the selfish immaturity out, y'all. I'm very disappointed in myself, Blue. Please don't. Beat me, bro. Go locate another harmful and unhygienic bead of cream on you, buddy. Oh God. Let me start wanting this, Lord. Please free me from myself, she pleaded. Having a child and knowing that this father doesn't want anything to do with them is a difficult thing to accept. So instead of doing it the hard way, I settle for the strength to maintain discipline, the lowest end of the spectrum. I simply did not ask him. I went to my city to give birth. None of you weird people will be near my son. I'm all he has. After giving birth, she explained why she also declined to have him in the room with her, stating, I'm going to do everything I can. Chris's name will be shielded from all jealousy and hostility, and he will be loved and respected. In her message, she also stated, I'm excited to share the new and improved stuff. I am eager to return to Los Angeles once I recover and settle into my new residence. I have new music and movies playing. Very appreciative. Some clearly didn't think she would ever change, but it had to be possible because even the most insane people have changed after becoming mothers. Regretfully, her change happened quickly. All of it was absorbed by the fans, who believed that she was no longer among us and that her wild days were over. People soon began to worry about Junior and speculated that he might have a disability once she began acting out once more and going back to her previous habits. Suspicions began to surface when, during her crazy Instagram live in January of last year, Chrisean was defending her choice to get a Blueface mugshot permanently inked on her face. Background: Junior's sobs seemed odd, like if something were wrong, incorrect.
In relation with Blue, we were still holding off, whatever. Okay, so be. Alright, cool. Alright, cool. Right? When they start talking, saying, or subliminally saying stuff, or doing an actual interview and start talking, that's different.
In one of her photos, fans also spotted a respirator machine. Chrisean tried to pretend he was just laughing after realizing it sounded strange while he was crying in another video. Why are you laughing? In one of her photos, fans also spotted a respirator machine. Chrisean tried to pretend he was just laughing after realizing it sounded strange while he was crying in another video. Why are you laughing? Although Junior was able to hold his head up, his overall conduct didn't exactly match the anticipated developmental phases. Prompted inquiries concerning Junior's potential eyesight impairment. In a number of movies, he frequently seemed to stare off into space without making eye contact or reaching for items, like typical infants his age. Naturally, Crone went live as a mother to make sure her son was all right.
Louisiana chicken pasta. Then we got the baby mosquito. Let's pray for the food. Look at that shirt too.
Oh, that's great.
That's his name though. That's his middle name.
Jesus?
Yeah.
That's cool. Chrisean Jesus Malone. That's a famous name, right there.
He'll be talking, walking, playing football, everything. Who is y'all to tell me what he diagnosed with and what he looked like? What he sound like? Y'all don't know nothing about God. Y'all don't know nothing about nothing. You talking to me like that? So I rebuke everything y'all saying about my child. To be honest. But I like this, bro.
When he turned 1 year old, things became considerably worse because it was obvious that he was unable to stand or walk by himself. She was holding him up on her legs as though he were standing, but everyone could see through it. Even while I am aware that children develop at different rates and that every child walks before turning 1, it's not surprising that fans seized the message that something was wrong given the prior worries about the child. However, old friend Janet claimed that Chrisean was disregarding Junior's predicament, so it wasn't all that.
You convinced her to help Junior. I did. My cousin is a specialist. I did the best I could. My cousin works with autistic children. She works one-on-one with all kinds of children. No matter if you're autistic, if you're not, if you're regular children, we offer the help as much as we can. My cousin literally has her BA in all of this. It's when people are in denial of stuff, it's you can't help people when they're in denial of what's actually going on in reality. I get, we're all prayed up, we just have faith, but faith comes with work. You just can't have faith and just sit around and have faith. It's you gotta put the work in too. That's how God is gonna repay you. If you put the work in, not just gossiping around other people and be
The fact that Marsh, her best friend, wanted to take Junior to the hospital while Con was in jail, and Marsh was looking after Junior on Con's behalf ended their argument, but it's not really that bad. Discovered that Marsh was attempting to enlist Junior's assistance. She lost it in a leaked text exchange between Marsh and a buddy after I told her I could have it when she called from jail. Days passed with nothing on my Cash App, despite Junior's constant promises of money and other items. Junior's rucksack had only clothes, no blanket, car seat, shoes, or milk because he was unable to eat. It was difficult, but I think a buddy would have kept me safe, especially after I had my sister and her kids. I bought as much as I could, but I still had a kid to take care of. I told Chrissy that she was going to send him to the hospital because he kept spitting up, so she had Smiley come over and watch him so I could take some customers to get my rent money. Can my sister give him to me? As evidence of how illogical it was, it appeared as though Crow was making a concerted effort to conceal her son's illness, even refusing to provide him medical attention. According to Marka, Chrisean worked very hard to make a special effort to arrange photo sessions and reassure them that Junior was safe. She used to be on that croon Reddit expose every day, according to Marcia. She would be the first to notice anything that was written there. When I apply her lashes, she will show me Reddit posts that say things like, "He can't walk, and he can't hold himself up." If you listen to her life, you might hear the Reddit notifications. I will upload a picture of him in his walker and say, "Chrissy, he can't." To which she will respond, "I have to make them think he can't," as if I don't, and they will be claiming that he screwed up because I was drinking, but I wasn't even. She's sick, dude. She allegedly alters Junior's images to make him appear nicer and more normal to persuade fans. The toddler might more easily receive some real medical assistance, and to put that into perspective, despite her adamant refusal to maintain her denial, she is reportedly still not receiving it. Junior was barely able to keep his head up at the event she recently attended. He's practically music 2 years old. Ultimately, Carissa's remarks appear to confirm our long-held beliefs. But before you all begin discussing how Carissa is, she doesn't speak out because she loves the baby, in my opinion. Can anyone recall when Con was taken into custody and went to Blueface's hearing? Despite their presence, Kissa and Blueface's father remained silent. They wanted to steal the baby, but they fought to save it from being taken away, even though they were aware he would to go into foster care for a while intervene.
Okay. I think that's fucking time what was needed. Oh. Don't mind taking my fucking baby. So my fucking baby. But that's what everybody look at you at on the internet. Shit.
Guys, what do you think of this? Please leave a remark below after watching the video, Heat. In this incredibly gloomy situation, it is too sad to feel sorry for the baby. Picture Blueface as the father and Carissa as the grandma. It is a surefire method to failure.